Checking out the InQ 3G IntoMobile UK. This is a very interesting Enigma device from INQ, currently on the 3 network in the UK, retailing at a budget £99. I think it is on prepay anyway. So interesting because it's a consumer device, very much focused towards kind of media and content consumption, but packing a QWERTY keyboard. Part of the reason for that being that there's quite a focus on mail, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on these social networking sites where obviously you're typing in your own info. So I guess the logic going that you would be able to do that quicker on a QWERTY keyboard. But just check out the hardware for the moment. You've got what is very much like an access key or an action key on the side. Probably triggers the camera, I would suspect. Just there. You have not a lot going on the base. You have a mini USB rather on the side, and an up and down volume key, and not an awful lot going on the top. So very minimalist device in and of itself. Great big action key in the middle, and some nice chunky buttons on the side, along with your start and end call buttons here. Screen's not the biggest in the world, but it may not be the biggest issue if you're just banging out row and row of text, which I guess you could be if you're doing your social network updates. Keyboard itself is a funny one. It's got the right kind of material on it, so it's kind of slightly resistant to grip. Good feeling of tactileness, and neither of those are words, never mind. So the keyboard is tactile, so what I'm essentially saying, kind of rubber coated plastic effort. But there's something about the button travel that potentially, to me, feels slightly different compared to the likes of a Nokia E-series, or maybe a RIM device that I'm well used to that has a certain punchback on the button. I'm not sure I'd get that off this device. I have tried out a few tentative messages, and I found it slightly difficult. It's hard to put your finger on button response and why it should be perfect or not, as the case may be, but the RIM devices do it very well. Some of the Nokias do as well. This one I'm not 100% convinced on. So nonetheless though, overall for a budget device, it's a very good stab at delivering a kind of QWERTY key experience. And then on the back you've got this great paint job on the backing, and these backings are interchangeable, so you can get additional backings. You pop the case off and you've got a 1500 milliamp battery. That is over generous, very nice indeed, liking that. You've got your SIM card slot there as well, obviously internal mount for the camera, speaker. Nice big area where the battery goes, not too much more else to say there, but yes, these removable cases. If you want to add a bit of colour to your device, there's a whole range of them that you can purchase, I believe, in the 3 shops. Snap that back into place. I have to say the industrial design is nice, and the build quality for a device that is on a budget range is actually punching far above the weight, or I suppose as the analogy continues, that the amount you'd be paying. So it is, to my mind at least, the hardware is kind of 80% good. I'm not 100% sure about the keyboard. But other than that, pretty good stab at an entry-level device that does everything. And we're seeing a few. This is powered by Brew, but there's a few other devices in this kind of tier in the market where they're now coming with QWERTY devices. I think there's an Alcatel one that's similar, potentially an LG one if I remember correctly as well. But anyway, down at the kind of budget entry-level devices, you're now beginning to get devices that are not necessarily smartphones that are coming with QWERTY keyboards. That are having a stab at this whole kind of messaging, I can do everything type device. So INQ's one is a good effort. It's the first QWERTY device they've done. Bearing in mind they've only released 3 devices, so it'd be interesting to see what they come up with next and what revisions, if they continue this line, they're going to make to it. I'd be fascinated to see, but I would predict potentially some changes on the keyboard. Maybe that's just me. And this screen getting an awful lot bigger as well. So yeah, overall, InQ 3G on the 3 UK network now, good price, pretty good hardware overall. That's pretty much about all there is to say. I'm going to try and catch up with the software in another IntoMobile video segment, so I'll catch you then.